The aesthetic of failure. They uninvited the unfashionable brother, so I watched their perfect wedding collapse from 5,000 miles away. Hi everyone. I'm writing this while sipping a cold drink on a balcony in Tokyo. My phone has been vibrating so much it's practically dancing across the table. I have 142 missed calls, dozens of frantic texts, and several emergency emails. My family, the same people who told me my presence at my sister's wedding would ruin the aesthetic, are now begging me to save them from a disaster I didn't create. The backstory. The functional sibling. I'm the oldest of three. My sister, Vanessa, is the golden child. My brother, Leo, is the pampered one. I'm the engineer. To my family, that doesn't mean I'm a professional. It means I'm the unpaid IT guy, the free accountant, and the person who fixes the plumbing at 2 a.m. so they don't have to call a professional. For years, I've been the silent engine. I managed my parents' retirement funds, handled the legal paperwork for Vanessa's new boutique, and even bailed Leo out of his business ventures. I never asked for thanks. I just wanted to be part of the family. The exclusion, not part of the vision. 6 months ago, Vanessa got engaged to a guy from a high society family. Suddenly, I wasn't chic enough. Vanessa sat me down and told me that since I'm too stiff and my engineering vibe didn't match her floral boho chic wedding theme, I was being demoted from groomsman to, well, nothing. We just want the photos to look perfect, Elias, she said with a shrug. And honestly, you're always so stressed with work. Why don't you just take that weekend off? Stay home. We'll send you pictures. My parents agreed. It's her day, Elias. Don't be difficult. Give her the space to have her dream. They okay, and the disappearance. I didn't argue. I didn't scream. I just did what engineers do. I evaluated the system, saw I wasn't wanted, and removed myself from the equation. I took my 2 weeks of vacation time, booked a solo flight to Japan, and turned off my roaming data. But before I left, I did something vital. I stopped managing the shared family accounts. I stopped reminding the vendors to send invoices to me for review. I simply stepped back and let the aesthetic people handle the logistics. The collapse. I turned my phone on today at a cafe in Shibuya. The wedding of the century was supposed to happen yesterday. It didn't. Apparently, because I wasn't there to double-check the contracts, the catering company, who I've been managing for months, canceled because Vanessa forgot to sign the final force majeure clause. The venue, which was a historic estate I had pull with, demanded a security deposit I usually handle, which Vanessa ignored. But the final blow? The boutique Vanessa owns, the one I handle the tax filings for, got hit with an audit notice 3 days ago. Because I wasn't there to fix it, she panicked. The stress bled into the wedding rehearsal. She got into a massive fight with her fiancé's elitist parents, and the groom called the whole thing off 12 hours before the ceremony. The desperate search. My voicemail is a graveyard of regret. Vanessa, crying, Elias, where are you? The caterers won't talk to me. They say your name is the only one on the authorized list. Fix this. My mother, angry. How can you be so selfish? Your sister's life is ruined. Answer your phone right now and call the venue owner. Leo, panicked, bro. The bank froze the boutique account because of some missing paperwork. I need the password to the vault. Elias, now. The situation has reached a critical failure point. Vanessa's wedding is officially canceled. She's blaming me for sabotaging her by not being available to solve the problems she created by uninviting me. My parents are demanding I fly home immediately to mediate with the groom's family and handle the legal mess of the boutique audit. The groom's family is threatening to sue for the lost deposits, and my family expects me to use my engineering logic and my savings to make it go away. But here's the thing. My flight back isn't for another week. I'm currently looking at a map of Kyoto and thinking about taking a train south. Should I send a group message explaining exactly why the aesthetic failed without the structure? Or do I keep my phone on airplane mode and let them realize that when you uninvite the engineer, you lose the bridge? I just got a notification. My mother tried to use my emergency credit card for a stress shopping spree. I blocked the transaction from my laptop in 3 clicks. How do you fix a family that only remembers you exist when the dream starts to burn? Update 1. I'm still in Japan. I've moved from Tokyo to a quiet ryokan in Kyoto. The sound of the water feature in the garden is a lot more pleasant than the sound of my mother's voice screaming through a speakerphone. I finally decided to send one, and only one, message to the family group chat before the sun went down. The message. Hi everyone. I'm in Japan. Regarding the wedding. Vanessa told me my vibe didn't match the vision and that I should stay home. I took her advice. I am officially on vacation. Since I was removed from the vision, I am no longer part of the logistics. Good luck with the audit. The explosion was instantaneous. The golden child meltdown. Vanessa sent me a 4-minute voice note. It wasn't an apology. It was a manifesto of entitlement. You did this on purpose, Elias. You knew I'd forget the force majeure clause. You knew the boutique taxes were due. You let me fail just to prove a point. You're not an engineer, you're a sociopath. My fiancé left me because his parents think we're unorganized peasants now. This is on your head. It's amazing, isn't it? She admits she's disorganized, admits she forgot her own responsibilities, but somehow, my failure to voluntarily babysit her life from another continent is sabotage. The flying monkeys and the bank account. My brother Leo tried a different tactic. Guilt. Bro, mom is hyperventilating. Dad's blood pressure is through the roof. The groom's lawyer sent a letter about the venue costs. Just give me the login for the boutique's QuickBooks and we'll handle it. Don't be that guy, man. Family first. I replied. Family first? I wasn't family enough for a seat at the table, Leo. Why am I family enough to pay the bill? I didn't give him the password. Why? Because the paperwork isn't just missing. It's a mess of Vanessa's own making. She's been skimming from the boutique's tax reserve account to pay for her boho chic flower arrangements. If I give them the login, they'll try to move more money to cover the wedding debts, and I would be the one digitally signing off on tax fraud. The groom's father. This was the plot twist I didn't see coming. The groom's father, a very stoic, old money businessman, actually messaged me on LinkedIn. Elias, I've been trying to reach this sensible one in that family. I know you weren't at the rehearsal. My son told me Vanessa made a scene about you being unfashionable. We've pulled our support. If you have the audit records, send them to our legal team so we can settle the shared vendor debts fairly. I don't want your sister's chaos touching our reputation. Now the situation is reaching a total collapse state. My parents have threatened to disown me if I don't fix the boutique's legal status within 48 hours. They say they'll sell my childhood dog, who lives with them, or change the locks on my apartment, which is technically in my dad's name for tax reasons, though I pay the mortgage. Vanessa is posting on Instagram that I stole her wedding money and fled to Japan. People I've known for years are calling me a thief. The groom's father offered me a job. He said he needs an engineer who knows how to handle unstable foundations. Should I send the audit records to the groom's father to clear my name and protect his family from my sister's fraud, knowing it will probably lead to Vanessa facing criminal charges for tax evasion? Or do I stay silent, let them sink, and lose my apartment and my dog in the process? I just realized I have the master key to my apartment's digital lock on my phone. I could change the codes right now and lock my dad out, but that's the nuclear option. What do you do when the bridge is burning and your family is standing on it, holding the matches and screaming at you for not bringing the water? Update 2. I'm currently on a bullet train to Osaka. The landscape is blurring past at 300 kilometers per hour, which is exactly how fast my old life is disappearing in my rearview mirror. My family decided to play the thief card on social media, thinking they could shame me into submission. They forgot the first rule of engineering: never attack the person who knows where the shutoff valves are. Securing the perimeter. The moment I saw Vanessa's Instagram post calling me a thief, the brother part of my brain shut off, and the engineer part took over. The apartment. My dad threatened to lock me out of the place I pay for. I logged into the smart home hub. I didn't just change the codes, I deregistered his administrative access. Then, I called my neighbor, a retired cop, and told him I'm being harassed, and to call the police if anyone tries to force the door. The dog. I called my aunt, the only sane person left in the family. I told her I'd pay her $2,000 upfront to dog sit indefinitely. She went over there under the guise of a sympathy visit and walked out with my dog before my parents even knew what was happening. The credit line. I shut down every authorized user on the accounts I manage. My parents' stress shopping is officially over. The LinkedIn response. I didn't reply to Vanessa's Instagram. I don't play in the mud. Instead, I replied to the groom's father on LinkedIn. Mr. Sterling, I appreciate the offer. I am a man of data. I am sending you a secure link to the boutique's audit preparation folder. It contains the ledger showing the discrepancy between the tax reserves and the floral/venue payments. I am an engineer, not an accomplice. I am clearing my name. Within an hour, the groom's father replied. Thank you, Elias. This confirms what our accountant suspected. We are filing for a full refund of our contributions based on material misrepresentation. Good luck in Japan. The blackout call. My phone rang one last time. It was my father. He wasn't yelling anymore. He sounded defeated, but still manipulative. Elias, the Sterling's lawyers just called. They're accusing Vanessa of fraud. They're demanding the deposit back, or they'll go to the police. If you don't come home and fix the books, if you don't say it was just an accounting error on your part, your sister is going to jail. Is that what you want? To destroy your own sister over a wedding invite? I took a deep breath of the train's recycled air. No, Dad. I'm not destroying her. I'm just not standing under the roof while it falls. Vanessa chose the boho chic aesthetic over the law. She chose perfect photos over her brother. Now she gets to experience the aesthetic of a courtroom. Don't call me again. The silence. I blocked them. All of them. For the first time in 10 years, I don't have to worry about Vanessa's taxes, Leo's bail, or my parents' retirement fund being drained for a party. The debris is still falling. Vanessa's boutique is likely going under. Without the Sterling's money and with the tax audit looming, the vision is bankrupt. My parents are facing a social pariah status in their high society circle now that the Sterlings have gone public with why the wedding was cancelled. I have a job interview in Sydney next month. I think I'm done with this continent for a while. Should I feel guilty for giving the Sterlings the evidence that will likely end in Vanessa's criminal prosecution? Or was my only responsibility to protect the truth and my own professional license? I just looked at a photo of my dog at my aunt's house. He looks happy. He doesn't care about floral themes or tax fraud. He just wants a walk. How do you rebuild a life when you've had to burn the bridge behind you just to stop the fire from following you? The Indie. Hi everyone. I'm writing this from a balcony in Sydney, Australia. It's been 3 weeks since I left Japan, and a lifetime since I was too stiff for my sister's wedding aesthetic. The air here is clear. My new job starts on Monday, and for the first time in my adult life, I am not responsible for anyone's happiness but my own. The aftermath. The foundation crumbles. Before I officially changed my SIM card and moved into my new apartment, I checked the news back home one last time. It went exactly as the data predicted. The legal fallout. The Sterlings didn't hold back. They sued for every penny. During discovery, the audit I provided proved that Vanessa had been borrowing from the business tax accounts to fund her lifestyle. She didn't go to prison. My parents drained their own retirement savings to pay back the Sterlings and settle with the tax authorities to keep her out of a cell. The social death. The boutique is gone. The high society dreams are gone. My family is now living in a small rental because they had to sell the house to cover Vanessa's fraud. The scapegoat. They still blame me. My aunt told me that in their narrative, I am the villain who betrayed the bloodline. But the funny thing about being a villain is that nobody asks the villain for free tech support or financial advice anymore. The silence is magnificent. The extraction. My dog arrived in Sydney yesterday. Seeing him run on the beach was the final checklist item I needed. He's healthy. I'm employed, and the bridge behind me is nothing but smoke and ash. I received one final email from Vanessa through a burner account. It wasn't an apology. It said, I hope your precious career is worth the family you killed. I didn't reply. I just thought. I didn't kill the family, Vanessa. I just stopped being the life support system for a corpse. The new blueprint. Last night, I went out for dinner with some of my new colleagues. We talked about bridge spans, tensile strength, and urban planning. Nobody asked me to fix their printer. Nobody told me my vibe was wrong. I realized that when you stop letting people treat you like a tool, they either start treating you like a person or they exit your life. Either way, you win. Final reflection. To anyone out there who is the fixer in a family of breakers, you are not a load-bearing wall for people who refuse to stand on their own. If they want to build a house of cards, let them. Just make sure you aren't the one holding up the bottom card when the wind blows. My phone is quiet. My conscience is clear. The aesthetic of my life is finally exactly what I wanted it to be. Solid. Final status. Project delivered. Site cleared. Engineer out.